Hey guys, we have a very disturbing news coming out. New York has released nearly 7,000 criminal illegals with active ICE detainer request back onto the streets. 7,000 were released, criminals, illegals back into the streets of New York. Now, I did talk about this yesterday, but we have some more updates, and this is the reason why I'm making this video. But these illegal, well, their backgrounds are very disturbing. So if you have any young ones, you may want to keep an eye on them, all right? And again, these are killers. We're talking about lawlessness, all right? Their mentality, again, they're not Americans. When they come to our country, they don't know the Constitution. They don't know the laws. See, in our country, we don't go after young ones. We don't do that, all right? And it's not right. But in their country, they get away with stuff like that, all right? In the Mid-Eastern, some of those countries in the Middle East, you got some of those old men marry 10 years old. I mean, it's really, really sad. But when they come to this country, again, their minds is, they feel like their laws applies to other countries too. It's the same law, but it doesn't work like that. So please protect your young ones. If you live out there in New York, you may want to hear this story here. All right, guys, before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, I got the address in the description box. And I want to thank every single one of you for helping our close friends. We already reached the goal, and thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. I did send the money transfer wire through Cash App, and I gave it to them this morning. So thank you so much for your support and for the prayers. Okay, so New York has released nearly 7,000 criminal illegals with active ICE detainer requests back onto street since President Donald Trump took office. You have lawless Attorney General Letitia James, by the way, she's the one that released them. Letitia James prosecuting local sheriffs for working with ICE. Now, the state of New York has reportedly released nearly 7,000 illegal aliens from jail, including 29 individuals who were linked to homicide cases in defiance of ICE detainer request. So she released all these criminals to the streets. Who does that? Who does that? What kind of attorney general will release criminal back to the street? It's especially 7,000? I tell you what, the Roman Empire will love her. Oh, Caesar and Julius Caesar and Augusta, they will love Letitia James. They will love her. It says here, the Department of Homeland Security says 6,947 illegals have been released after committing 29 homicides, 2,509 assaults, 199 burglaries, 305 robberies, 392 dangerous drugs offenses, 300 weapons offenses, and 207 sexual predator offenses. New York, y'all better lock your doors. Lock your doors. Republican New York Congressman Claudia Tenney joined Fox on Saturday to discuss the new development. She also revealed that Letitia James, the Attorney General, knows about this but doesn't care. She don't care. And she's even trying to prosecute local sheriff for cooperating with ICE. According to New York Post, Attorney General Letitia James is snooping around and probing Oswego County Sheriff Don Hilton and the Nassau County Sheriff Office for misconduct for cooperating with federal law enforcement. You cannot just, here's the thing, you know what she's doing? She's punishing the righteous while rewarding the wicked. All right, she's going after Americans and she's protecting the illegals. What in the world is that? And look, we have laws, and it seems like these laws does not apply to these people. I mean, what she's doing is illegal. And I mean, she should be stripped from Attorney General ASAP. I mean, just common sense. She's not fit for it. And she should be thrown in jail. But why she's getting away with all this stuff? Why are all these people getting away with all these crimes? It's like Americans are losing hope with the system. You know, all this eventually, America is going to be all fed up and civil war is going to spark, and Americans is just going to take back their country and tell these people to get out of here. All right, so again, what are your thoughts on this story here, guys? The U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, Director Todd sent a letter to New York Attorney General Letitia James calling on her to put the safety of Americans first and honor ICE arrest detainers of the more than 7,000 criminal illegal aliens in the state's custody, including murderers, sexual predators, and those convicted of or charged with weapon offenses. Now, New York's failure to honor ICE detainers has resulted in the release of 6,947 criminal illegal aliens since January 20. That was the day that Trump was inaugurated. So it seems like a lot of these people, but again, it's not only Attorney General Letitia James, it seems like a lot of people kind of did things at the very last minute because they knew Trump was coming in. So Letitia James is like, look, he's coming in, let me release these criminals. I mean, who does that? You got to be, again, not right. And then scripture tells us in Romans chapter 1 that God will give people up to a reprobate mind. They don't know the truth. They don't see the truth. They become fools. And a lot of these people are in power. So it says here, there are currently 7,113 aliens in the custody of a New York jurisdiction. With an active detainer, the crimes of these aliens include 148 homicides, 717 assaults, 134 burglaries, 106 robberies, 235 dangerous drugs offenses, 152 weapons offenses, 260 sexual predator offenses. In September, ICE sent a letter to New York Attorney General Letitia James asking for cooperation in honoring ICE detainers on criminal illegal aliens. Now, her office did not respond. Of course they're not going to respond. Again, they're not going to respond. Their master, the devil, is telling them to stay silent. Attorney General James and her fellow New York sanctuary politicians are releasing murderers, terrorists, and sexual predators. New Yorkers, yep, better lock your doors, back into our neighborhoods and putting American lives at risk. Said Assistant Secretary Tricia, we are calling on Letitia James to stop this dangerous derangement and commit to honoring the ICE arrest of detainers of the more than 7,000 criminal illegal aliens in New York's custody. It is common sense. Criminal illegal aliens should not be released back onto our streets to terrorize more innocent Americans. But here's the thing. New Yorkers, they voted for this. You guys voted for this. You put her in power. You put Alvin Bragg back in power. You're putting Mamdani. You're putting Mamdani in power. Again, New Yorkers, they asked for this. They voted for this. They voted for this. Now, again, I can understand not all of them have, but majority of New Yorkers, they voted for this. So let them deal with it. Let them deal with the consequences. And I'm not wishing for it to happen, but this is a consequence that they need to face now. They need to face it. And don't run. Don't run. Stay up there. Stay up there. You guys wanted the left, you got them. You guys wanted socialists, you got them. Again, don't run. Don't run. It says here, you have the incoming New York City Mayor, Mamdani, has vowed to oppose ICE and not allow the deportations unless an illegal is convicted of serious crimes. This came after President Donald Trump hosted Mamdani at the White House. Two emerged from their meeting, appearing highly optimistic about their agreement to work together for the benefit of New York during a press conference. President Donald Trump shockingly even told reporters that he expects to work with Mamdani on crime and illegal immigration. And that's where we at right now. Letitia James, congratulations. You are doing a terrible job. You released predators, pedophiles, criminals, and terrorists back into the streets of New York. I guess you weren't there when 9/11 happened. But again, it's the blue. They love these type of stuff. All right, so you can't blame Trump for the crimes. You got these people releasing criminals. Like I said, the Roman Empire, they will love her. The Pharisees will love her. I mean, it seems like she came from those times of the Old Testament. But again, what are your thoughts? This is where we at. New York, we're praying for you. But you guys made that decision. You guys made the decision. So again, she's picking illegals first and New Yorker last. She just got reelected too. New Yorkers just reelected her. Oh, yeah. She was reelected. Also, Alvin Bragg was again reelected. It's just mind-blowing. It is. But again, this is where we at. I'm going to keep you updated with this news, guys. We're praying for New York. But yeah, lock your doors. Things are just going to get out of control out there in New York. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Till next time later. Peace.